Hey everybody, thanks for clicking on Liz the One TV. I'm your girl Liz the One. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, use a fat phase online. I'm sorry. I had to get that in there. We're going to talk about it. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button for your girl. Tap the bell to be notified of my latest, greatest videos. Okay, so listen, it just turned 2024 and Katt Williams is spraying everybody. But it appears to be a lot of truth in there because upon doing research, I'm finding, looking back at old videos, that he's telling the truth. So we're going to start with Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey stealing jokes from Mark Curry, the concept of hanging with Mr. Cooper, and then he roasted him. Steve Harvey claimed back in the day that he had quit comedy because he had had 7 shows on TV. Turns out that was a lie. So he and Katt Williams got into a roast battle in Detroit, and turns out he exposed that Steve Harvey had a man unit, meaning he's the original nigga to have a lace front. Okay, and that's what retired him. Said he roasted him so bad. That's when Steve Harvey kind of went on a blackballing tour of him in Hollywood. So I'll go on to say this. He claimed that, he didn't want to be a movie star, but Katt Williams brought up the fact that you hated on Bernie Mac. And he was like, they didn't want a black man that couldn't speak that good. And, he did like a little slave accent. And then he told him that he looked like Mr. Potato Head. But I will say this about Steve Harvey. A while back on this channel, I did a video and I thought that I was pretty fair and balanced about Steve Harvey versus Essie Berry. And to my chagrin, the video, well, not chagrin, but to my surprise, the video got over 60,000 views, and all of a sudden, the money making on the video was going good, but then all of a sudden I found it demonetized. I wonder who did that. And then on top of that, people came under my chat, and I wound up screenshotting it. It's in my cloud somewhere. It was The Truth 2, Whitney Page, Spook TV Channel 7. Like, all these people came under my channel, and I'm thinking I'm just responding to, just people talking about the video. And I thought that I told both sides pretty good. At first, I was telling like Essie Berry's side, and then I started telling Steve Harvey's side, about that messy divorce with his wife. So, that video got demonetized, but I'm leaving it. I left it up on this channel. At some point I may put it in on Patreon or something like that, but I left it up on the channel, because I'm thinking okay, I'm taking on the internet, you're supposed to do these deep dives into certain stuff that people won't talk about anywhere else. And that's what I thought I was doing a few years back. But to my surprise, it got demonetized. And then the names that I mentioned, the channels, they started asking me all these questions and stuff like that. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. And plus, I've heard that, he's tried to get other people's channels taken down, like striking people's channels and stuff like that. So, I do believe the Steve Harvey stuff. And I thought that, I was being nice to Steve Harvey, cause I did more videos. And of course, the thumbnail shot that I used was of him crying because it's supposed to be an attention grabber, cause you kind of got to get people's attention when you're doing a video. But either way, I'm going to keep going. So he went on to talk about, but Steve Harvey hasn't responded to Katt Williams. He went on to talk about Cedric the Entertainer stealing jokes. So there was that the last joke that Cedric the Entertainer did on the Kings of Comedy about being in a car going to space. When you look back at the videos of Katt Williams being on Comic View back in the day, he did an eerily similar joke. And this is how people steal jokes. Sometimes they will just move around certain stuff. So instead of it being a certain car, Cedric the Entertainer made it to where it was, he made it to where it was about a spaceship, but it was still the Katt Williams joke. And the movements in the videos are eerily similar. And then he responded. And when he responded, he did not deny it. So then we're going to go on to the fat phase on lie. When I tell you that this was pure off the dome comedy, on this thing, the whole time, it was hilarious. So Faison Love, to me, hates on everybody. I've never seen a really good stand up of hell, I've never seen any of Faison Love's stand ups, but he claims to be a superior comedian than everybody. And I've never seen him in major movie roles. So I've seen him like as Big Worm in Friday. I saw him in Money Talks where he had that one prison scene where he was trying to push up on Chris Tucker, and Katt Williams points out that, or who was it that pointed out that he takes his shirt off. You built like that and you take your shirt off all the time. And he took his shirt off in that, and then it was couples retreat, something like that. You got naked again. So it's just really, really, really weird. I've only seen him in those three things and don't really understand how he has any input on comedy, because to me, like, I've never heard him tell a joke. I don't know any memorable jokes of his, but I haven't heard him respond either. But then we're going to move on to Ricky Smiley. Ricky Smiley on Club Shay Shay claimed to be Money Mike, like, claimed that he was getting Money Mike first, and that they switched it to Katt Williams, I guess because they like Katt Williams better. Now, to his credit, I will say that sometimes things switch out. But here's the problem. When Katt Williams came on, it made sense because he said, so you mean to tell me that they gave you the role of Money Mike, but they were still auditioning people? Like, it doesn't make sense. So the question is, did they have you just read for it in the audition and maybe do some film for it and audition? And then they were still auditioning people because they weren't settling on you? Because Katt Williams said that he was the 201st comedian. So that's 201 people. And then he got the job of Money Mike, and then he had to write all his own lines, and he had to do a lot of character development. That's what a lot of people don't know. Like, when you do movies or you do a lot of acting, you have to do a lot of character development. A lot goes into it. Excuse me. So then he said that, Ricky Smiley was walking around the set talking crazy, like he over there with Steve Harvey and Cedric the Entertainer, and that he was bigger than that, and that he was supposed to be Money Mike. I guess he was mad. So here's the thing. Katt Williams got petty, he said, and he said that I was wondering, like, why do I always see him in dresses and stuff like that on certain shows and stuff like that? He said that he put in his contract that the only way he'll work with Ricky Smiley again is if he's in a dress. And he said on first Sunday he was in a dress. And he did not. I'm just sorry. Because, like, now it's all making sense. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, like, his movements and characteristics are slightly feminine. Ricky Smiley. I do like Ricky Smiley, but I do think that he has some feminine movements, kind of like Tyler Perry. And Katt Williams said that he believes that the best people should be in the best roles. And he said that him and Tyler Perry are only believable as playing women. So Ricky Smiley did do a response, and he pretty much didn't say anything. Sometimes responses don't make sense, and this is one of those responses that kind of did not make sense to me. But we gonna move on. The Jonathan Majors. Oh my goodness. I was wondering, like, where did Jonathan Majors come from? I had, seen previews for Lovecraft Country. I didn't really watch it very much. But, I don't get it. Because even as Kang the Conqueror, Damson Idris is supposed to be replacing him. Where are these ugly black men coming from? Now, come on. Now, we got better looking brothers than this now. We got some fine black men out there. Y'all got to keep shoving these ones in our face trying to tell us that they cute, and they not that damn cute. I just don't get it. And then on top of that, it made sense. So you were with a white woman this whole time. I had said this in my video. So you were in a white woman the whole time, the whole time. And you had to bring a black woman to court against the white woman to help you out. And I don't understand this. It does not make sense. So you mean to tell me that after this alleged abuse case, because it looked like he was kind of running from her, after this alleged abuse case, you tripped and fell into a black woman's vagina now? I just don't get it. And he was like, he called Jonathan Majors a slave. He said that, he had to bring a beautiful black woman with him to get his charges cut in half. Otherwise, it would have read 4 guilties, baby. He said guilty, 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 and guilty, which I agree with. And then he went on to talk about Michael Blackson, who is a real African, who has to put on a fake African accent. And I mean, he talked about so much more. but I don't want to make this video that long. I am gonna watch probably watch this whole thing again. I'm gonna give it to Shannon Sharp. This was really, 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 really good. I don't care what nobody says. This was really good, and a lot of things are really starting to make sense now. Now, I, like anybody else, will, listen to some good gossip, but it's starting to make sense now, because I was wondering, like, with the Steve Harvey thing, who are these people coming under my channel on this video? And I know who now. Like, I get it. Like, like I had heard Essie Berry on Storm Monroe say, that The Truth too, and all these people, this is all Steve Harvey, but it makes sense now. I'm like, who are these people? Why are they acting like they're interrogating me? But I did screenshot it, so I don't know if they deleted anything. But I did screenshot it, and it's just the weirdest thing. So I'm gonna leave that there. You know what? Make sure you hit the subscribe button, like, share, comment. You can donate if you like to donate to this platform. I am $Liz the one. So it's LIZTHEONE and then the number one. So thanks for clicking on Liz the One TV. I'm your girl, Liz the One. Peace out.